Hello, good evening, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to Cleveland Municipal Stadium. Inside Pitch presents the 1964 One and Gone Championship game between the number 15 Chicago Cubs and the number 13 Cleveland Indians. If you would have thought, if you would have told me these two teams would be playing in the championship, I wouldn't have believed you. But here it goes as you take a look at the brackets. And you'll see starting here, the Cleveland Indians, their route started with a win over the 20-ranked New York Mets. They beat them 7-6, although the Mets gave them a tough game. And it actually needed 10 innings to beat the Mets. The second round, the Cleveland Indians knocked out the New York Yankees by a score of 3-2, upsetting New York, which this was a big upset. I did not think New York and Whitey Ford were going to go down here. Then the Cleveland Indians defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers 6-5 in the third round. And then the Indians over the Milwaukee Braves 3-1 in the fourth round to move to the championship game. For the Chicago Cubs, they had to play the Washington Senators in the first round. They beat them, also taking 10 innings, 6-5 to beat the Sens. In round number 2, a game against the Philadelphia Phillies, they won that game 3-2. The Cubs over the San Francisco Giants in the third round 5-2, and then they knock out the St. Louis Cardinals 4-1. So both teams had to knock out the top seeds from each league. Okay, so the New York Yankees were the number 1 seed overall, even though the Cardinals won the World Series, but the Yankees were the number 1 American League seed. They knocked them out. The Cubs, the St. Louis Cardinals, were the number 1 National League seed. They knocked them out. So now these two teams will play here. Since the Indians are the lower seed, they will host this game at Cleveland Municipal Stadium, aka the Mistake by the Lake. So we're hoping for an exciting championship game, and the winner here, of course, will go into the Hall of Champions. Now, why do I mention that? Well, we'll find out one day, and that is a long way away. But one day there may be a tournament of champions to truly decide who was the best of the one and gone system. Anyway, it will, as we get now to our game here, it will be Larry Jackson versus Louis Tiant. Sam McDowell was the top pitcher that I used for the Indians. I'm going to go with Tiant a little bit, only because Tiant had a little bit of a better record, didn't have as many starts, but his ERA and Sam McDowell's were very close and even. Larry Jackson has a much better record. His ERA just a little bit higher. So who's going to win the first ever 1964 the first ever one and gone 1964? We will find out, and I hope you guys enjoy my presentation. And we will let's get started. The starting pitcher in this championship game for the 1964 Cleveland Indians will be Louis Tiant. He was 10-4 with a 2.83 ERA. Everybody is ready. The fans here at Cleveland Stadium are on their feet. We are ready to play. And leading off, and I will go ahead and introduce the players as they come. For the 1964 Chicago Cubs will be second baseman Joey Amalfitano. We will use red, white, and blue for the main dice. And the rest will be for later, since the Indians are the home team and have red in their color. Here we go. The 1964 one and gone championship game. Here's the first pitch, and that is a 2-6, and it starts with a walk, but a 14 is going to be a 14. Oh, actually, let me look at that. That's a 14. Let me get that there. 14 fault against the righty of 15, a 0 for Cleveland Stadium. Amalfitano will draw the walk. Leadoff walk for the Cubs, and bases on balls have turned out to be expensive for some of the teams that will give them up. Here is the center fielder, Billy Cowan. Anything on strat? And that is a 16, nothing happening. As we get the chart. Pitch from Tiant. That's a 2-1 against the righty. That's a blank. Cowan, 3-1. That's a fly out to center field. Next batter up will be left fielder Billy Williams. Anything on strat? A 5. A temp rating is he would have to be a 4 in order for it, so nothing going on. So Tiant will pitch. 3-4 against a lefty. That is a blank. Williams, 5-5. He grounds one to second base. Double play rating is 1. +1 from Tiant is a 2. +1 here is a 3. Shortstop Hauser's arm rating is a +1, so that's a 4. A 1 to 4, they'll turn it, and they do. So he grounds it to 4, ground from second base to shortstop, back to first, and they turn the double play, the 4-6-3. So nothing doing for the Cubs as the Indians defense does the job there to turn 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the 64 Cubs will be Larry Jackson. Larry Jackson was 24-11 with a 3.14 ERA. And he was their top ace in 64. Leading off for the 64 Indians will be shortstop Dick Hauser. He will bat first. Jackson will pitch. That's a 3-5. Possible error on a throw. Hauser 4-1. That's a fly ball to center field. There won't be an error there. And that is the first out. Next up is second baseman Billy Moran. A 4-6 on Jackson's card, hit by a pitch, -8. A 4 minus the 8 is not going to happen. So Moran ducks out the way and he'll take a swing. 5-2, he flies out the left. And now the left fielder, Leon Wagner. Jackson pitches, and that's a 5-6. Strikeout possibility of 14. That's going to be too high. +2 from Cleveland Stadium. Against a righty would be a 12, but a 14 is too high. So Wagner gets a chance to swing. 3-4, Starline 3, and he grounds out to short. And nothing doing for the Indians in that first inning. No score at the end of 1. Top of the second coming up. And here is third baseman Ron Santo. He will lead it off. Tiant 1-4, strikeout +10. That becomes a 19. And with a +2 from Cleveland Stadium, he is way out of there. Santo had no chance on that. Swing and a miss. First baseman, let's play 2, Ernie Banks. Although right now I'm pretty sure he'd be happy just to win the 1. Louis Tiant, 2-4. Possible error on a throw. 3-5. That's a Starline 6, and that's a fly ball center field. There will be no throw there, and that is the second out. That will bring up right fielder Len Gabrielson. He had a big hand in knocking out the Cardinals in the last game. Gabrielson was 2 for 4 with a home run. So he had a hand knocking out St. Louis. Tiant checks and deals. 2-1. And against a lefty, that is a walk +10 with a 19. With a 19, Gabrielson against a righty, 9 plus the 10 is a 19. There's nothing here from the miss from Cleveland Stadium, but he does walk him. With a walk +10, he puts Gabrielson on at first, and that's the second walk issued by Tiant. He issued 45 base on balls in 64. Here is Dick Bertel. See if the strat says anything. An 8, nothing happening. 2 outs. The Indians' infield is normal. We have a 2-1 against a righty. That is a blank. And a 4-6 Starline 3, a ground out to short, and that will end it. So no runs, No hits. There was a walk. And we go to the bottom of the second inning here in this championship game. One and gone. No score. Larry Jackson will be pitching to right fielder Bob Chance. Chance is normally at first base, but because of the early tournament injury to Vic Davalillo, which knocked him out for the tournament, Chance moved into right field to allow Fred Whitfield take over at first for the tournament. Jackson's pitch is a 1-2. That's a blank. And a 4-4 for Chance. He singles into center field, base hit. He gets the first hit of the game for either team. He goes to first. And that will bring up first baseman Fred Whitfield because Davalillo was out for the tournament. Strat roll says a 16. Nothing going on, I don't think. Nope, nothing happening. Infield halfway. 1-1 for Jackson. That's a possible error on a grounder. Whitfield, 6-1. And that is a ground ball to third base. The ball is hit to Santo. His error rating is an 8. That is a 9. He will not make an error. Now they turn 2. Double play. 2 minus 1 is 1. Plus 1 is 2. The second baseman is Amalfitano. And his armor rating is a -1. So they're only going to be able to turn a double play on a 1. And they do. Third base to second base to first base. They got it. Double play. And the fans here in Cleveland can't believe that. The 5-4-3, they had only a 1 to do it, and that's what they got. 2 outs on a 5-4-3. Tribe fans can't believe it. That brings up the catcher, John Romano, now with 2 outs. That was a great play by Santo and Amalfitano. Pitch from Jackson. That's a 4-6. Possible hit by pitch. 12 minus 8 is a 4. That's a 15. Romano backs out the way, and now he takes a swing. 4-5, and he flies out to right. No runs for Cleveland. There was a hit, and we still have no score at the end of 2. Top of the third coming up. For the Cubs, here's the shortstop, Andre Rogers. He had a home run in the game against St. Louis yesterday. He was a kind of an unsung hero for the Cubs. Tiant's pitch, 2-5, Starline. And that's going to be a ground out to second. 1 man down. And that brings up the Cubs pitcher, Larry Jackson. He batted 175 in 64. 4-6. That's a strikeout possibility. A 6 is going to be way in there. And Tiant strikes out Jackson. That's strikeout number 2 for Tiant. And now Amalfitano. 1-1. Walk a 5. That's going to easily walk him. Amalfitano 18-15. So Tiant walks Amalfitano for the second time in the game. Amalfitano has walked twice, and now a chance for Billy Cowan. Anything on Strat? As big as the hole is in this tower, I always seem to miss getting it in there. And 11, nothing happening. 2 outs. Tiant will pitch. That's a 1-2. That's a double question mark against a righty. That's a 1-15. That is a 6. That is a star line. And that is going to be a fly out to right. Nothing for the Indians. They get a walk, but that is all. Actually, nothing for the Cubs, I should say. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Still no score here. Kind of expected this with 2 aces pitching against each other. Third baseman Max Alvis will lead off for the Indians in the bottom of the third. Jackson 4-1. That's a strikeout. A 3 is going to get him out. That'll do it. Strikes out Alvis. First strikeout for Jackson. He had 148 of them in 64. Next batter is the center fielder, Woody Held. Pitch from Jackson. 4-3. That's a strikeout, and a 2 is going to get that done. Another strikeout by Jackson. A 2 will do that. And now Louis Tiant, the pitcher. He batted 111 in 64. 1-2 for Jackson. That's a blank. Tiant 6-6. He grounds one out to third. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Tribe. Who's going to be the first to break through in this championship game? No score through 3. We go to the top of the fourth. The Cubs will have a few Hall of Famers coming up now. Here's Billy Williams. 6-5 for Tiant. That's a range play at Cleveland Stadium. 1-2, and that is a home run to the pull side. A possible home run to the pull side. Billy Williams, a righty. That is a 19. That is an 18. There's no change. Billy Williams gets one high. He hits one deep to the pull side, then to right field, and that is gone. Home run, Billy Williams. You had a feeling it was going to have to be a home run. It was going to have to be a homer. And Billy Williams smacks this. And since it is a home run, there is no range play. So Williams smacks a home run, and they will lead. The Cubs take the lead 1-0. Home run by Billy Williams. As he hits that one over the right field fence. Here is Ron Santo. And still, that's a leadoff home run. That's also the first hit in this game for the Cubs. Tiant's pitch, 4-5. That's a star line. And that is going to be a ground out to short. Here's Ernie Banks. 3-4 for Tiant. And against the righty, that's also going to be a star line. And that is a fly out to center. And now Len Gabrielson. Tiant, 4-6. And that is a strikeout possibility. A 13 against a righty. That's a 9 plus 2 is 11. Gabrielson does not strike out. He gets to swing. 1-3, and he will ground out to short. The Cubs get one run on one hit. A big home run by Billy Williams. Bottom of the fourth coming up. The Cubs are leading 1-0. And the way these guys are pitching, that really could be enough. But it is the top of the batting order for the Tribe. Here is Dick Hauser. Jackson with the pitch, 2-6. That's a range play. Hauser, 4-5. Starline 6. That's a ground ball to short. Rogers ranges a 3. He will make the play. Nice play by Andre Rogers. Up with it. Throws to first. Out number 1. And now Billy Moran. Jackson 3-2. That's a blank. Moran 3-1. Starline 6. He grounds another one to short. And Rogers will make that play for the second out. And now Leon Wagner is up. 5-2. That's a strikeout possibility. At 18 will be too high. Wagner 4-3, and he grounds one to short. All three batters, Hauser, Moran, and Wagner, all ground out to Andre Rogers, the shortstop, as he goes to Larry Jackson and said, man, you're giving me too much work here. Can you hit a fly ball? Can I get him to hit a fly ball once in a while? It's a 3-up and 3-down, though, for Cleveland. And it stays 1-0 Cubbies. Top of inning number 5 here at Cleveland Stadium. Dick Bertel will come out to pitch for the bat for the Cubs. Steeler fan 1933 joins me now here at the Mistake by the Lake. Top of the 5th inning. 1-0 Cubs. 6-6 on Tiant's card. That is a strikeout possibility. A 10 will do it. That's a 12. Plus 2 is the 14 against a righty. And he strikes out Bertel. And that's the first out. Here is Andre Rogers, who got a lot of work in the last inning. Tiant, 6-2. That's a walk plus 10. And against a righty, that becomes a 15 or 25. So he definitely walks Rogers. And that is the 4th walk given up by Louis Tiant. 45 walks. Let me see. 45 walks. 45 walks divided by how many innings he pitched? 127. Averaged about, let's see here, 127 divided by 4. And he averaged about 3 walks per game he pitched, although he also was in relief a lot too. He relieved only 3, so that's actually 3.5 walks. It's okay. He's already above his average. Rogers goes to first. That will bring up the pitcher, Larry Jackson, with 1 out. Infield is halfway. And let me see if anything's going to happen. Is Jackson going to look at a bunt? A 16, and yeah, Larry Jackson's going to put the bunt on. So the bunt is on. That is a 5-6. That's a possible hit by pitch. That's disregarded. That's disregarded. I believe that's disregarded. I'm sure the hit by pitches are. But I'll double check and make sure. I believe they disregard the hit by pitch. No, you do use the hit by pitch. So his hit by pitch rating is, so it's a 0 -3. So there's no hit by pitch. There's no hit by pitch. So you use that. So now it just becomes a roll for the bunt. Sacrifice bunt. The bunt is hit to the first baseman, and Jackson's bunt rating is a 4. He rolls a 17, and that's not a good bunt. And that, with a bunt rating of 4, that's not a good bunt. The lead runner is going to get thrown out. A good bunt, a bad bunt, hit to Whitfield. He throws to second to get Rogers, and that is 2 outs. As a sacrifice is not done right. So that just goes as a fielder's choice. And now Jackson on at first. And now Joey Amalfitano will come up to bat with 2 outs. And normal. Amalfitano has walked twice. 2 losing teams in the championship game. Yep. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? What's even more funny, I'll get to in a little bit. Louis Tiant rolls a 2-2 strikeout, 13-2 high. Amalfitano, 4-3. That's a single past the shortstop for a base hit. Larry Jackson's base running rating is a 2. Becomes a 3 with 2 outs. In order to get to third base, he needs to be a 5. He can't. So Jackson will go ahead and stay at second base. Amalfitano was on base for the 3rd time in this game. Runners at first and second for Billy Cowan. Shades of 2016 in this matchup. You think, yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing. These 2 teams will play in the 2016 World Series. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Anything on strat? I doubt it, but I'll roll anyway. 13, nope. Louis Tiant pitches 6-1. That's a wild pitch, a 16. Nope, now it could be a possible pass ball. Romano's pass ball rating is a 2. A 1-2, he keeps it from going past him. And he does. Not a pass ball. It's avoided. And he's got to thank Romano for making that play. Romano, 33% chance of blocking it, and he does. So the runners hold where they're at. They will redo the pitch. It's ball 1. 2-5. That's a star line. Tiant will get out of the jam, and that is a ground out to second base, and that'll end the inning. No runs for the Indians. They do get 1 hit and a walk. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, still 1-0 Cubs. And 1 runs for the Indians, no runs for the Cubs. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up. And what's funny about this championship matchup, the Cubs and the Cardinals, in my 1964 one and gone, I already created the bracket for the 1977 one and gone. And these two teams will meet each other again in Game 9 of this 1977 one and gone tournament. Chicago Cubs. The Cleveland Indians, though, will be at the Cubs, though, because the Indians are going to be the higher seed, 71 and 90 against the Cubs, 80 and 81. These two teams will meet again in the 77 one and gone. Trust me, I had no idea that was going to happen. Bottom of the 5th, Cubs leading here 1-0. Question is, who's going to raise that championship? It's going to be Bob Chance leading off for the Indians. Jackson pitching beautifully. He's only allowed a hit. That's a 2-4 for Jackson. That's a possible home run against the lefty, a 1-19. The 5 clears the check. Against a righty, Chance's home run rating is a 7. He needs to roll a 7 in order for this to be gone. It is a 14. He doesn't get it. So now it's a blank, and now Chance gets the swing. And that is a 6-2. And against the right-hander, he does double to left field. He doesn't get the homer, but he gets a double. And that is the second hit of the game for Bob Chance. He'll hold at second base. And now Fred Whitfield coming up. Whitfield grounded out into a double play last time up. That is a 13, nothing happening. Jackson going to pitch to Whitfield. Tying run on at second base. Infield is normal. That is a 1-6. That's a blank off Jackson's card. Whitfield, 2-2. And he grounds 1 to third. The only way Chance grounds 1 to third. The only way Chance can go to third base is on a roll of a 6. He's got a 4. So he holds it for second base, but the throw goes to first to get Whitfield out, and that is 1 down. And now John Romano. 15, nothing happening. Jackson looking on. Romano trying to get Chance in from second. Jackson pitches 3-1. Possible wild pitch at 12. No wild pitch. He'll re-roll again. That's a 5-6. That's a strikeout possibility, and he's got him. He strikes out Romano for the second out. Max Alvis comes up now. Still the tying run at second base. Fans here at Cleveland Municipal getting a little anxious. Jackson's pitch, 2-3. Possible error. Alvis, 1-1. Star line 6. That's a ground ball to shortstop. Rogers' error rating is a 9. That's a 14. He will not make an error. Rogers has got it. Throws to first, and the Cubs get out of the little jam. No runs for the Indians on a hit. It is still 1-0 Cubs. A leadoff double, and the Indians couldn't do anything with it. Top of the 6th in this one-and-gone championship game. The batter for the Cubs is Billy Williams. He went ahead and hit a home run that put the Cubs ahead. He hit that one over the right field fence. Here's the pitch from Tiant. We'll redo it again, and my dice are going crazy. 3-4. That is a blank against the lefty. Williams 6-1 flies out to center. One man out. Here's Ron Santo. 2-4 for Tiant. Possible error on a throw. Santo 6-6, and that's going to be a double to right field. Santo smacks a double to right. There will be no throwing error. Because on throwing errors on a hit, it's only applicable if rolling for runner advancement, which there isn't, since nobody was on base. So that is a double for Santo. And now a big run is at second base for the Cubs. And here is Let's Play 2, Ernie Banks. Tiant with the pitch. That is a 6-6 strikeout, 14 too high. Banks swings, 1-6, and he lines out to third. It's a line drive to third. Is there a double play at second? That is a 6, and there it's not. Santo gets back to second base, and there are 2 outs. Nice hit by Banks, but an even better play by Alvis to stop that ball from going into the outfield. Here's Len Gabrielson. 10 on the strat, nothing happening. Tiant will pitch. 2-2, strikeout possibility, an 11, and that's a 9, plus 2 is 11. That is an 11. He strikes out Gabrielson as Cleveland Stadium helps out Tiant. No runs and a hit for the Cubs, but it's still 1-0 as the Indians are not able to break through Jackson. Bottom of the 6th. Woody Held will come up to bat. Indians bullpen getting ready. Louis Tiant is far from tired. Well, actually, he's got, 31 batters, so he still can go a few batters, but I guess if Woody Held gets on base, Tiant might be coming out. Jackson's pitch, 3-5. Possible error on a throw. Woody Held, 6-6. That is a hit column. That is a hit column against a righty, and that is an 18, and that's just going to be a fly ball to a fly out to left. And you can see a question mark 7 you refer to here, and against a righty, and with an 18 on that die, that's just a fly ball to left field. So Held got a good amount of it, pretty deep, but couldn't get it. So that'll be 1 out. They're going to have Tiant come to the plate. Jackson's pitch, 3-5. That's a possible error on a throw as well. 2-5. That's a ground ball. That's a grounder to short. The ball is hit to Rogers. His error rating is a 9. That's an 11. He's going to make the play. Throws to first for out number 2. Andre Rogers is getting called for range plays and error plays, and he is doing it. 2 outs now for Dick Hauser, as the Indians are beginning to run out of outs in this one-and-gone championship game. Larry Jackson, 1-2. That is a blank. Hauser, 4-2. Against a righty, he grounds one right back to Jackson, and he'll throw to first to get the out. A 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. Fans here at Cleveland Stadium who are really not expecting to play the championship game here, but they're down 1-0 still at the end of 6. As both pitchers are pitching a beautiful game. The only problem was Louis Tiant gave up a home run to Billy Williams, and that was a ballpark home run. Cleveland Stadium cocked that ball out of there, so they can blame it on the mistake by the lake. Here is Dick Bertel in the top of the 7th. Tiant's pitch, 3-6. Walk possibility against the righty of 13. That is a 12. And he walks Bertel. Trots down to first. That's the 5th walk issued by Tiant. Infield will go halfway. The batter will be Andre Rogers. Strat rolls as a 20. Possible pickoff by Tiant. It's a 9. He got him. He got him. Pickoff 1 to 11, a 9, and he gets Bertel sleeping at first base. What a play by Tiant. 1 out. Louis Tiant gets Bertel on a pickoff. And now Andre Rogers will bat with the bases empty. Tiant 1-5. That's at the ballpark. Rogers 1-3. Star line 2. Fly out to right. And the Cubs are going to stick. The Cubs are going to stick with Larry Jackson. He's going to come up to pitch. Larry Jackson will bat with nobody out, with bases empty. If there was somebody on base, I might take out, but right now he is just pitching a shutout. Tiant will pitch 1-1. That's a walk. A 6 is going to be too high, so Jackson is not going to walk. And a 5-4 on Jackson's card is a ground out to third. Nothing there for the Cubs. He walked the batter, but Tiant picked him off. Bottom of the 7th coming up, still 1-0 in a very quick moving ball game. We're already in the bottom of the 7th, and I'm at 37 minutes. So this game was moving fast. That's because nothing's going on. Bottom of the 7th, Larry Jackson will pitch to Billy Moran. The pitchers are pitching. We're getting that kind of game you expect from 2 aces. Larry Jackson and Louis Tiant. The pitch from Jackson is a 4-3. That's a strikeout, but a 12 is going to be too high. Moran swings 6-5, and he flies out to left. And now we'll see Leon Wagner. Wagner's grounded out to short twice. 1-2, that's a blank. Wagner 2-3. That's a hit column roll into center field against the right-hander. That's a 15, and it's going to be it's too high, and that's just going to be a fly out to center. Wagner got a good jump on it, but it went too far, and Billy Cowan will make that catch. 2 outs. Indians getting no help from the dice. Here's Bob Chance. 2 outs now. 3-1. Wild pitch is disregarded. 3-2. That's a blank. Chance. 5-1. He gets a base hit. That's a single into right field. And Chance is the only one who's gotten hits. Chance is 3 for 3. He's the only one who's gotten hits off of Larry Jackson. It's a 2-out single. But the thing about it is the Indians haven't been able to do anything with it. Here's Whitfield with 2 outs. Strat die says a 3, and that would be a hit and run, but not with 2 outs. Actually, that'd be a hit and run, but not with 2 outs. Larry Jackson will pitch. And that's a 4-3. That's a strikeout. A 16 will be too high. Whitfield gets to swing. 1-5, and he grounds it right back to Jackson. Ground out to the pitcher. And he'll throw to first to get the out. No runs and a hit. As Bob Chance is the only one who's gotten hits for the Indians. 7 in the books, still 1-0 Cubs. The difference, a Billy Williams home run. Very fast-moving game. Top of the 8th. And top of the order for the Cubs. Here's Joey Amalfitano. He is 1 for 1, singled and walked twice. Probably Tiant's last inning. That's a 3-3, and against a righty, that's a star line, and that's going to be a fly out to center. And that's the first time he really got a Malfitano out, one down. And here is Billy Cowan. Cards and Dice TV, Tony CP Cards and Dice joins me here. An honor, sir. And I saw your Fall Classic Baseball. I want a full review from that on that, sir. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I still want to get your thoughts. If anybody knows game engines, that is you. 4-4 on Tiant's card. Against the right, a possible walk. That's a 3. And against the righty, he is going to get that walk. He walks Cowan. That is the 6th walk given up by Louis Tiant. Cowan on at first, and now the batter is Billy Williams. And he hit the home run earlier. We still have a strat roll, see if anything's going on. A 19. Billy Williams is not going to bunt, so he's going to hit. Infield halfway. Tiant's pitch, 5-4. Strikeout plus 10. 17 plus 2 is a 19. He gets Billy Williams easily. 2 down now. Infield will go back to normal and bring up Ron Santo. That is a 15. I don't think anything is happening. Nope. Tiant looking into Santo. Here comes the pitch. That is a 2-5. That's a star line. And that's just going to be a ground out to short. And that will end the inning. Nothing for the Cubs. They do get a walk. If it wasn't for the home run, we'd have a tie. We'd have nothing going on. We have no score. But the home run by Billy Williams is the only difference for the Cubs. They still lead 1-0 going in the bottom of the 8th. In this one-and-gone championship game. Probably Larry Jackson's last inning as well. Tiant was due to bat 4th, but they're probably gonna go to the pin because he is now tired. So Tiant is going to be removed. So now the Indians will have to rely on the pin for the 9th inning. Meanwhile, John Romano will bat for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 8th. Jackson pitches. That's a 3-1. Wild pitch is disregarded. Reroll. 3-2. That's a blank. Romano, 2-3. And that's a fly out to center field. Indians just cannot get past Larry Jackson. They had a double. They had a leadoff double one time, but they couldn't get through it. There's Mex Alvis. 1 out. 1-5 for Jackson. That is a walk, and that is not going to be a walk. The 11 is too high. Alvis will hit it. 4-4, base hit, past third base. Single. Tying run is on. And the batter will be Woody Held. And that is a 1. And that would normally be a steal attempt for Alvis. His stolen base rating is a 10. -1 would be a 9. Bertel's a -3 arm. It would be a 6. I'll call off that steal and let Held go ahead and hit. As I say, I use the strategy dice roll as a bench coach. And I don't like the steal, so I'm going to let Woody Held bat. Infield is halfway. Good championship game. Pete Stevens, wow, I snoozed this innings of a pitcher's duel. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Pete. You can check it on the replay. 1-0. Alvis on it first. Jackson's pitch. 3-4. That's a walk, and yes, it is. A 4 will do it. And now Jackson puts the tying run at second base, and Held goes to first. And that is the first walk issued by Larry Jackson. And now runners at first and second, and we have a pinch hitter coming up for Cleveland. And they will bring in the lefty, Tito Francona. Big chance here for Cleveland. Can they finally break through Jackson? Check the strat. See if anything going. A 3. I'm not going to have. No, I'm not going to have Alvis. I'm not going to do a hit and run with runners at first and second because Alvis will be a dead duck at third of a strikeout. So it remains runners at first and second. I'll call off the hit and run. Jackson will pitch. If you're watching my HMG seating, you're all over the place. Yeah, I know, right? I know. But we did good. Remember, for those of you who didn't catch it, the first half of my History Maker Golf Tour, the Rock and Robin Open was today. Front 9, back 9 will be tomorrow. Alvis on at second, held at first. Tito Francona pinch hitting against Jackson. Big pitch. 2-1. Range play at Cleveland Stadium. Usually does not always go so well. That is a 5-2. And that's going to be a single to the right fielder. The right fielder is Gabrielson. He needs a 1-3. He has a range of 3. He needs a 1-3 to make this play. He does not. That's going to be a base hit. It's a single plus 9. Runners advance 2 bases automatically. Alvis will score. And the Indians have tied it up in the bottom of, at least in the bottom of the 8th inning. Held automatically goes to third. Franco, his base running rating is a 3. And Gabriel has no arm, so a 1-3. Francona will get to second. And he does. And he turns a single into a double. And the Indians have tied this game up on a big-time base hit by Tito Francona off the bench. Stadium cheers. Yay! Runners at second and third with 1 out. In the bottom of the 8th, the Indians might have a great chance to take the lead. It's the top of the batting order for Cleveland, and it's going to be Dick Hauser. Jackson is not tired. They're going to stick with him. They're going to stick with him, and they are going to, with the go-ahead run at third base, it doesn't matter. They're going to go, do I put the runner on base and call for double play? What's Billy Moran's double play rating? It's a 3. -1 is a 2. Ooh, what do we do here? Do we put Dick Hauser on, or do we pitch to him and go infield in? We're going to pitch to Dick Hauser. Runners at second and third, and the infield will be in, which makes Woody Held's base running rating a 1. Anything on strat? An 11. Nope. Fans here at Cleveland Stadium have finally come alive. Indians have tied this game up on a pinch hit double by Francona. Jackson's pitch. 2-4. Possible home run check against the righty, a 1-10. A 3 passes the check. Hauser against the righty needs a 2. A 1-2. Hauser hits this out. Nope, he doesn't. But he does get a chance to swing. And that is a 4-3, and that is a ground ball to short. That's a ground ball to short. Woody Held, his base running rating is a 1 with an infield in. They are not gonna send him. The throw will go to. They will not gonna. Well, let's see, a ground ball double play, a 2. It won't be a 1 to turn a double play. This is where it gets a little tricky. Because, if you send him, they're going to send him. No, they'll send him. He's the go-ahead run. They'll send Woody Held, and the throw will come to the plate. So a 1, Woody Held will score. No, he does not. So Woody Held is out. at the plate. Runners do advance, and there are now 2 outs as they get held at the plate, which is the right call to make. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs, and the batter will be Billy Moran. Indians still have a chance to take the lead here, but now runners at the corners. Infield is now normal. Anything on Strat? A 3. That would be, no, they're not. Hauser's not going to steal. Runners at the corners. Larry Jackson will pitch to Moran. A 1-6. It's a blank. Moran swings 2-2. Double center field. The Indians have taken the lead. Francona will come in to score. Hauser rounding third. His base running rating is a 4. +1 is a 5. Hit to center field, a double center field. To get from first to home, it's a +1. It's a 6. Cowan's arm out there is a +2. It's an 8. He automatically will score with no throw, and the Indians have emptied it up, and they now lead 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Billy Moran, 2 RBI double. And the fans here at Cleveland Stadium go, yay! Stadium cheers. And that's going to be it for Larry Jackson. Well, actually, maybe, let's see, the next batter is going to be Leon Wagner. And that is going to be it for Jackson as he runs out of gas. Indians trying to win a trophy after 1948. The Cubs will bring in a lefty to deal with Wagner. They're going to bring in Bobby Shantz just to try to get Wagner out. What an amazing inning for the Cleveland Indians in the bottom of the 8th. Closer getting ready, Don McMahon, and a runner still at second base. Anything. Strat roll is now canceled. Shantz will now pitch. 3-6. That's at Cleveland Stadium. That's at the ballpark. 3-5. And it's a what would a championship game be without a rare play? Another rare play. Out of 19 games played, I think I had a rare play in 16 of them. And no, we're not going to get I don't think we're going to get the rare play we saw last night at the World Series. Rare play. Let's see what it is. Men on base, 6-5. 3-2 pitch called the ball for a walk. Catcher argues call and gets thrown out of the game. Really? Okay. So Leon Wagner walks. He trots down to first. And Dick Bertel is out of the game. I guess too much frustration for Bertel. And they'll bring in a new catcher for the Cubs. And it'll be Jimmy Schaefer. He'll come in and take care of the catching duties. He'll also bat in the 7th spot. So out goes Bertel. He is out of there now. And he got ejected. Steeler fan, what did he say to the umpire last night? What did he say to the umpire? Can you tell me? He got ejected. Can you tell me what he said to the umpire? I have no idea. You're usually on track with these calls. Runners now at first and second, and the batter is Bob Chance. Chance is three for three today. A double and two singles. He said, you know, it's after 1948, right? You can't let these guys win. Okay, that's good. They'll get him thrown out. Runners at first and second. Chance now will pitch to Chance. Chance to Chance. How about that? No strat roll. Strat roll is now canceled. 5-1. And that's a strikeout possibility against 11. 11 plus 2 is a 13. 14 just misses it. Chance swings. It's a 5-6. And he singles into center field. The inning continues. A single to center. Plus 2 from Moran. His base running rating comes a 5. Plus 1 from here is a 6. Moran with a plus 2 rating for Cowan. Moran will score from second. So he scores. Leon Wagner's base running rating is a 3. To get from first to third on a single to center, it becomes a -1. But because of this, it's a 3 as well. But he's got a 5 but plus 2 is a 5 from Cowan. So a 1 to 5, you'll get to third. And he doesn't. He's thrown out. He's thrown out. Leon Wagner tries to go to third. Cowan instead throws to third to get Wagner. He is out of there, and the inning is over. But the Indians unload in the bottom of the 8th. As Wagner tried to get to third base, and he was eliminated. And that is a base hit, though, for Chance. That was a single. He is 4 for 4 tonight. The Indians get 4 runs on 4 hits and a walk. At the end of 8, the Indians now lead 4-1 as they absolutely blitz the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th. And the fans here are excited. The Cleveland Indians might win something for the first time since 1948. We go to the top of the 9th. The Cleveland Indians will bring out their closer. And that is Don McMahon. McMahon will come in for relief. Top of the 9th, 4-1 Indians. The leadoff batter for the Cubs is Let's Play 2, Ernie Banks. Fans here at the Mistake by the Lake looking to see if they can get a championship. McMahon will pitch. 5-6. Strikeout possibility. 16 too high. Banks will swing. 6-5. Line drive right to short. 1 out. Line out to short. Great play by Hauser. And now Len Gabrielson. McMahon's pitch, 3-5. Range play. 4-5. That's a ground ball to first. The ball is hit to Whitfield. His range is a 2. And he doesn't get there. It gets past him. Is that a single or a double? That's going to be a single. Gabrielson gets to first as the ball gets past Whitfield. Base hit. The batter will be the catcher, Jimmy Schaefer, who came in for the ejected Bertel. He will, and question is, do I really want him to bat and maybe bring in another catcher? With an average of 205, I don't like that, and I got to give the Cubs a chance. Schaefer's going to come out. The catcher to take over his spot is going to be Vic Rosnovsky. He'll take over a catcher, and he'll bat in the 7th spot. But coming on to bat, Coming on to bat for the Cubs will be Jimmy Stewart. Runner at first base. No strat roll. Infield halfway. Don McMahon will now pitch to Jimmy Stewart, switch hitter. McMahon with the pitch. 6-6. That is a question mark against a lefty. That's a blank. So Stewart will double question mark. He will bat. 4-3 for Stewart. He grounds one back to McMahon. Stewart's double play rating is a 1, a 0, +1 from infield halfway. Stewart is hitting from the left side, so the shortstop is the pivot man. His Hauser, his arm rating is a +1, which makes it a 2. A 1-2. This game is over. It's a 1. McMahon tosses it to short to Hauser. Hauser throws to first. That'll do it. The Cleveland Indians have won the one and gone. One 6-3 double play, no runs and a hit, and the Cleveland Indians are the champions of the one and gone for 1964. What a comeback. What a comeback. The Cleveland Indians, the fans here are going crazy, and the Indians will go ahead and win this one and gone tournament. And they beat the Cubs 4-1, getting 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Give you a final line score here in a second. For the Cleveland Indians, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Chicago Cubs, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher is Louis Tiant. He was the pitcher of record when this happened. There was no pitchers before him. I'll be sure about that. I don't think there was. Nope. Tiant's going to get the win. The loss goes to Larry Jackson. No save. Actually, there was a save because there was a runner on base. So Don McMahon does get credit for a save for this. And that'll do it. So congratulations to the 1964 Cleveland Indians. They win the one and gone tournament for this year. What a game. Can I show the bracket for the 77 tournament? Yes, I can. I will do so. Not a problem. I'll show that again. The 1977 one and gone will be the next tournament. Probably won't start that one just yet. Take a day off or two. So here is your bracket for the 1977 one and gone. The Kansas City Royals will be the number 1 seed, even though the Yankees won the World Series, but the Royals had 102 wins. I go by wins in regular season. So Kansas City is the number 1. The Yankees will be the number 3. Philadelphia actually had 101 wins that year. They're the number 2. The Dodgers will be the 4. They are at 98 and 64. Baltimore is the 5, and the Red Sox are the 6. So they get buys in the first round. We got a lot of it. We only got where there are 10 first-round games. 8 of them are interleague. The only games that are not interleague is game number 2, Chicago White Sox, Oakland, and game number 4, Houston Astros and San Diego Padres. Every other game is interleague. So we have lots of interleague action. If you want to take a look at that, you can see a couple of interesting matchups. The first game will be the Montreal Expos taking on the Detroit Tigers. The game will be at Montreal. They are the 16th seed. San Francisco will play California. My Mets will have to handle the Minnesota Twins and Rod Carew. The Yankees will have to play the winner of the Cubs in Cleveland here. So a rematch of these two teams here in game number 9. And this will be the 1977 one and gone tournament. Probably start that maybe in a few days or so. I don't know. Because remember, we're starting the Payoff Pitch 1985 season next Monday, the day before Election Day. And we got that going on. And since I'm going to finish off History Maker Golf Tournament number 2 tomorrow, so I don't think I'm going to do a game tomorrow. So take a day off or so. And then, of course, after 1977, we will do a 2015 one and gone. We're going to do the 2015, and that because we're doing the 3 years that did not get chosen for payoff pitch. So at least some of my guys that didn't get the season they wanted to vote, at least they got to see some of the players from the season in inside pitch format, which is good for me. Anyway, that's it here from Cleveland Stadium. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Steeler fan, Cards and Dice, Pete Stevens, thank you all for joining me here for this championship game. It was fun. And, of course, I'll have a back 9 of the History Maker Golf tomorrow for the Rockin' Robin Open. Join me for that. Anyway, that's it for this, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Final score here, the Indians beat the Cubs 4-1. They are the Cleveland Indians. They are your 1964 one and gone tournament champions. See you guys later. Take care. Brandon Baker, you just missed it. I'm sorry, bro. Check the replay. I hope you'll enjoy it. Take care, everyone. Good night now.